Welcome to another episode of I Swear We're Not Idiots, a podcast where, trust me, I'm a doctor, is the quote of the 19th century. Today I'm going to be talking about how bizarre medical treatment and medicine used to be. I am not a doctor. Don't try any of this at home. I'm going to be talking about outdated medical procedures and medicine. If you are squeamish or have a weak stomach, this episode isn't for you. Viewer discretion is advised. The more I looked into it, the more I realized anything can be medicine if you swore it actually worked.
If it makes you feel good, it's medicine.
Yeah. Okay, here are some procedures and medication that I found interesting. So some cultures believe tiny worms would burrow into your teeth to cause pain. They would smother honey on their teeth to get rid of the worms, basically suffocating them. Another treatment would be mouse paste, made from ground up mice. It would be applied to affected area. In severe cases, they would just cut the mouse open and put the entire dead mouse on your tooth.
Oh.
And I think that was the Egyptians, but I'm not 100% sure. Do you know how they would whiten teeth?
How?
Swish around some urine. Oh, and the best part would be barbers would do dental work because dentists didn't exist. So while you're getting your hair cut and your beard trimmed, you could get that pesky tooth pulled.
What?
Yeah.
I line my bangs up and also take out my left 3 teeth, whatever they'd be called.
Do you know what soothing syrup is?
Whoa.
So soothing syrup was given to infants to relieve pain from teething. Soothing syrup usually had alcohol and or morphine in it. Another thing that was used to relieve tooth pain would be rabbit's brain juices. And they would just rub that on the gums.
Who came up with some of these things? Like, who was the first person that was like, you know what?
Let me crap
that rabbit right there.
Let me open up its skull and use the juice
That this other woman birthed.
Today we'll be taking a cryptic class.
Let me crack its head open. Because she gave it up for adoption, apparently. Let me eat his brains because my teeth hurt.
If you had a stutter in the 1800s, the cure for that would be the doctor would cut off part of your tongue.
Yeah, so you just can't talk anymore?
They actually thought it would release the nerves that cause the stutter.
No, now you just can't enunciate. now you're not only stuttering, but you're stuttering like this. Maybe cut that part out.
Okay, this one actually makes sense. Moldy bread was put on open wounds to disinfect the wound.
And
because penicillin, so that makes sense. To get rid of an infection, doctors would use bloodletting, and that is where you would either use leeches or an incision to let the toxic blood out.
That's still a thing.
Yeah, they kind of do that for cancer patients, honestly. Yeah. Oh, here's one that you would enjoy. People suffering from respiratory issues, thyroid fever, gut pain, or was recently revived from drowning would receive
a diverse group.
Yeah, so they would receive tobacco smoke enemas.
No way.
It was believed it would warm the patient from the inside and stimulate respiration. Blowing smoke up somebody's ass.
No doubt. Yeah, listen, my employer does that till this day. And I don't even have respiratory issues.
Oh, this one's another good one that you'll like. Shut up. This is another one you'll like. You know the plague, otherwise known as the Black Death?
Alright, there's been a few.
It was an airborne illness. This is back in the 1900s, or the first one.
The bubonic plague?
Yeah, that one. To counteract the toxic air, you would use your own toxic air and deeply breathe in a fart in a jar.
What?
Preferably your own, but I'm sure back then you could buy somebody else's like you can today.
Is this like people selling bathwater nowadays?
People sell jarred farts.
Today?
Yes.
Without the plague.
Without the plague. But no, they thought like if you breathe in your own toxicant, it would counteract the plague.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't get it. Who did this?
People.
Who does it today? I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm pretty sure you could search jarred farts and you'll find something.
I will not. I will not search that.
Is this our new business adventure?
No way. I don't have enough jars. Are you crazy? Jars are expensive. You know how much you have to sell that for?
In the late 19th century, scientists discovered a wonder drug.
Oh.
It was used for many things. This new drug was cocaine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was used actually for a topical anesthesia. It was used actually in eye and sinus surgeries. Later, it became a treatment for toothaches, depression, alcoholism, impotency, and many other ailments. By the 20th century, cocaine was restricted and eventually stopped being used as a medicational drug because it was highly addictive and people were abusing it.
Makes you think about certain soda companies.
Let's see here. To relieve the pain and distress of mental and emotional illnesses, a lobotomy will be performed.
With cocaine?
No, this is totally different.
Oh.
This is about lobotomies.
Oh.
The early version of a lobotomy would be to just drill holes in the skull to release whatever it was. Then it progressed to an ice pick through the eye socket. Some of the first lobotomies were performed on schizophrenia patients. They were also performed on people suffering from depression, insomnia, bipolar, OCD, and other mental illnesses. 15% of patients either died or were left in a vegetated state. Oh, here's one that you'll enjoy. In the early 19th century, doctors thought they found a good substitute for blood. What do you think that substitute was?
Battery acid? I don't know. Cocaine?
It was milk.
Oh my god.
Let's just say it did not end well for many patients.
No, how could it? I know they start talking about milk does the body good, and that's.
It doesn't do a body good when you put it in the bloodstream. Heroin was used for cough medicine. It was advertised as being 5 times more effective and less addictive than morphine. Aspirin was laced with heroin.
Oh.
This was more of targeted toward children's medication than adults.
And we wonder why we're at.
And it was for relief of cough, sore throats, and colds. So it was like a child's cold medicine. It was stopped being used as medication because it was found more addictive than morphine, and withdrawals were actually life-threatening. If anybody wants to hear about that last part that we talked about women hysteria, you should check out the Patreon, because I think I'm going to only put that part on the Patreon.
Yeah. Check it out. Subscribe.
So those are some bizarre medical treatments that were used in the past. How do you feel about that, Bruce?
I don't feel good about it. I mean, rabbit brains on your teeth. Doctors that are like, hey, what's best for you? I'm pretty sure nowadays those places get raided. I think it just happened the other day.
Oh my god.
I mean, hey, whatever. What are we doing today that will be the past heroin and cocaine?
I don't fucking know. It's fucking speed? Adderall?
Adderall, that's one.
Yeah, I don't know. But, like, some of the things that, like, oh, let's put moldy bread on your open wounds. Like, that does make sense because they made penicillin out of mold.
Yeah, but who thought about, like, listen, this thing is so rotten we shouldn't eat it. But your wound is so bad, let's lay this bread on it and hope for the best.
You know, I never even fucking thought about that. I never even thought about that.
This bread is not worthy of being eaten. So let's lay it on your open, infected wound.
You know, back then, I don't even know if they had a word for infection. Like,
well, all right, this looks nasty. Let's throw this other nasty thing on top of it. You know what they call that today?
What? What do they call that today?
Prostitution.
You're canceled.
All right, then.